In this video I'm going to show you how to measure your nail sizes using the tape method. For this method you're going to need a roll of tape, a pen of some sort and a ruler. To kick things off, what you're going to need to do is cut off a bit of tape. I would say maybe it's twice the width of your finger, and you need to place it on the widest part of your fingernail and make sure that you really press it in, pushing it so that it curves to the shape of your nail, and push it right in to the inner sides of your nail. This might take a minute, but it's worth it because the more flush you have this to your nail and the smoother that tape is, the more accurate of a reading you're going to get. If your tape's bunched up and not quite stuck properly, you're not going to get the most accurate reading for your nail and you may end up picking the wrong sizes. So once you are happy with the placement of your tape, you're going to need to grab your pen and make a little mark on the widest edge of your nail, basically that little ditch where your nail end meets your skin. That's where you want to try and get the pen in there to the very, very far edge and make a little mark. These lines need to be as neat as you possibly can. The straighter and neater you have these lines, again, will give you the most accurate reading. Another little tip for you, don't use hand cream before taking these measurements like I did, because it leaves grubby marks all over your tape and it makes your pen lines even harder to see. But anyway, you're going to want to line up the first line to the first millimetre mark on your ruler, and then spread your tape out nice and flat. You're going to have to, again, excuse the state of my ruler, it's the only one I have, and as you can see it's covered in bloody paint. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but you need a ruler that has millimetres on, as that is the metric that we use to work out your nail size. So like I said, you need to line up the first mark with the first millimetre spot on your ruler, and then you need to go along and find your second mark. You can see mine here is sort of between the 16 and 17. This is where having the neatest line possible makes all the difference, because it makes it a lot easier for you to work out your size if you have a straight line. So as my line was sort of in between the 16 and 17 mark, I went for the size 17 millimetres, which is a size 0, which would fit into the generic large. So what I would have to do now is measure all of my fingers on both hands. Do remember, please, that your hands can be separate sizes, so make sure you measure both hands. And if all your fingers on both hands do fit into the generic sizing, then you can just go ahead and order your large, medium, small, that's fine. If not, it's not a problem. You can order a custom size, which is no extra cost because everything is handmade to order anyway. And you can just pop a list of your left hand and your right hand, each individual nail size. You can either do the measurement of the millimetres or the corresponding number. So my thumb was 17 millimetres, so my corresponding number would have been the size 0. Do that for both hands in the customer requirements section on the website when you make your order, and I can make those to fit you perfectly.